All right, greetings everyone. This is Staying in the Light Radio. And we want to give a round of applause for day 9 of White History Month. So what we do, we show here what I receive in the spirit world of the real. They call it Black History to deceive you in believing that's your creation. But the truth is, everything is scripted to deceive you. So we're going to talk about something been on my mind for a while. I got to tell y'all this. We're going to talk about Frederick Douglass. You know, they have to have these characters to support their narrative. Now we know in the Republic, the First Continental Congress in 1774, the Moors who was running the Congress, the presidents, we rotated every year. You see, that's the real republic. Rotate the presidency every year. That way they can't have some underhanded deals to take place. Now pay attention, because I may be sounding, no matter how I sound, I want you to latch on to the jewels that are being shared here. You know, I share my meditations early in the morning, so yeah, I'm kind of okay. Now we know that white slavery was abolished in 1774 in the Articles of Association. They didn't call it white slavery because we wasn't given these terms black and white as labels much later. They just say slavery. But we know that large amounts of people was immigrated here from Europe, the prisons. They call them the never doers because they just hang on the street and they didn't want to work. So they said, okay, we're gonna send y'all to America. And they came here, they didn't have anything. They would have starved to death if we didn't give them some land or something to get them started. Oh, they got a head start, all right. But that's way down the line. Let's go back to 17th century. So what George Washington did in his letters to the emperor, over 100 letters, I'm still researching to find those letters. They're really trying to hide these letters that he wrote to the emperor. But the one that's been revealed is he is he's sharing his admiration. In other words, you got to suck up to the emperor. You had to suck up. They had to suck up because they was here by permission. I'm all over the place. Yeah, I'm skipping around, and this is the way the spirit gives me to me. So You put the order to it. I'm just giving you key points in history to show you it's not our creation. It's their creation. That's why it's white history. And we're going to get back to talking about Frederick Douglass, but this is a precursor to get you there. All right. So George had to suck up to the emperor, and then it reached a point when he got his support. He got Ben Franklin and a few other people to follow this plan they had, was to create another constitution from the articles of what was that? The Articles of Confederation. Yeah, that was approved by the emperor, but they had no power as a government, federal government under that constitution. Gave no power. The states had all the power. So George changed it and wrote another constitution. That was the one before him, of the Constitution for the United States. That was our Constitution. They hid that one. They got it hidden somewhere. So he wrote one Constitution for the United States of America. Now, he wrote the Constitution of the United States of America. And what that one word did from for to of, he make he give the United States power it didn't have. If you say of the United States, that means the United States has the power. For the United States, we're giving certain powers for them. So that's the states has the power. Okay, now let's go and get this Frederick Douglass out the way, because we know that they restarted their enslaving their own people because they needed somebody to do the work, and we wasn't doing it. We the rulers of the land. We control the southern half of the country under the Articles of Federation because we refuse to change. That's why they war. That's why they went to war against us, because they want to put us under this fake new constitution, which they had lied and deceived the emperor. So they had to have things in place to say there was a few men who stood up strong. Now, mind you, man, you got Jim Garrison and all these other people fighting for the liberation of slavery. They are people in enslavement. That's why he sticks so much to this black slavery, because he wants to hide himself. But yeah, even the name Slavs show you they are the original slaves. Oh, by the way, this is my narrative. This is not his story, so I'm not trying to prove anything to you. These are my thoughts. So do your own research, and you won't be offended by the things I say because you would know the truth. It's story time here. I'm telling a story. So we had to go and get this melanated man and have this narrative that he was an exception because he fought back. He fought back to his enslavers. And not just listen to this story now. He's on a big plantation. He whipped this white man, able to still get somebody uniform and get away on a ship. Did that even make sense? If slave was anything what they taught about, there's no way he could have got away with that. Even in their own teaching of history. You're gonna slip away on a ship? You mean they're not gonna thoroughly find out who you are? Check your papers? Come on, man. What kind of idiots y'all think we are here? So it's just one instance of proof that it's white history. Everything is a narrative concocted, made up to get you to believe it. Okay, let's see what we got here in the chat down here. I'm not reading all that. You read too much, man, William. I'm not even reading it. First off, if you're gonna write somebody, if you want my attention, give me a greetings first. Let me know that, hey, good morning, good evening, good whatever, something. You know, like when you meet somebody on the street, you don't just go rapping off the mouth to them, telling them something. When they do that to me, I ignore them. I don't even hear them. You got to get my attention. You got to say, oh, excuse me, sir, or may I ask you a question, or good morning, good evening, something like that. You know, like a civilized person. Then you get my attention. But just to come up to me and start running off at the mouth, like these people doing these advertisements, they're not going to get my attention. So that's all I had for y'all today in this celebration of white history. And as I say, do your own research. Don't believe me. And I don't know why this person writing me, I don't even know who he is. So he must be somebody who's looking for some attention. Because this is to the tribes, this is not to everybody. So if you're offended by anything written, go somewhere else. Leave. You have been excused. And I'm not interested in reading anything you say because I don't even know you. You didn't even give me a greetings. So you just go where the sun don't shine. And that's where you have to be, people. We got to really be strong today, stand on what's true and right. So I just gave you an example of how to deal with ignorance. So keep your children away from this propaganda because it's making them criminals, really. It's criminalizing them at a young age because they're growing up thinking less of themselves. They're growing up thinking somebody owe them something. So when they give you something and take it away, you start crying like a little baby. You want your pacifier. When you're not a baby, you're a grown up human being who's supposed to be working, growing your own food. But they taught you, oh, you was a slave. You did that for free, so you ain't supposed to do it no more. If you don't work, you shouldn't eat. And I don't mean working on somebody's plantation, 'cause that's the same thing you're doing today. If you signing in to a community that don't look like you a slave. Yes, you are working for them. You're not working for yourself. You're supporting your enslavement. So we got a champion who's trying to get us free. The Trump card, and you think he's your enemy. No, your enemies have the one who came before you, before him. You kept that pacifier in your mouth, kept you thinking you was owed something. Look at all these women running around, melanated women, as judges, ignorant as frogs. How in the heck can you counter something the president does as a district judge? These people don't give up. Wow. But see, that's what they was taught in schools. They was taught um, this narrative that somebody owed you something. So this woman's going to champion the rights. You owe me. Humiliating us around the world with her fake narrative. Boy, they people been deceived. So, greetings in the chat. I ain't got time to read all that, so I'm going to let y'all go. Peace to the Moors.